Hello! I'm Lee.
And I'm Cass.
And this is Cass Lee Productions. Yay!
And today, we're doing another convo about sand dunes.
Yeah, we took a trip to the sand dunes with our class in
Middle
school?
Yeah.
Middle school.
So, several years ago.
Yeah, and what is it? We went to the sand dunes where you can technically walk to one of the Great Lakes. I don't remember which one it is, and I just remember it was very, very, very sucky.
It was very long.
It was very long. Like, what is it, we started, like, walking up the sand dunes all together, and all of us had taken our shoes off, because sand, everyone likes walking in sand with their shoes off, and I think we all had left them near the table. And it's funny, because we start walking, and then we get to a sign that tells us we're about, like, halfway-ish there, and they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you should be wearing tennis shoes and brought lots of water.
We didn't have any water.
We didn't have any water. They didn't give us any. They like gave us these small little jugs of water that we drank with, pretty darn quickly before we even started the walk.
Yeah, like was there like a quarter the size of a regular water bottle?
Like a kid's water.
Yeah.
Is what they had.
Technically we were kids, but
And the counselor didn't tell us to keep our shoes on either.
Right.
And there was no sign before we went into the dunes that let us know this. So all of our feet are hurting and we're tired and exhausted, and eventually me and my friends just gave up walking up the dune. I don't remember if you were following me or not. I remember I had Harrison, Andrew, I think Bree, and I think you were following behind me.
Yeah, I remember at one point I was just walking alone, and I didn't know where my friends went.
Yeah, I think you turned back early, that or we left you behind.
Yeah, one of those, which makes it worse for me, because I was walking alone either way which happened.
Yeah, I don't quite remember. It's like, I remember I was trying to keep an eye on you and walk with you. No, I was walking with you for the great majority of it, I remember, because I was trying to make sure you didn't get left behind.
Yeah.
I feel bad if friends get left behind.
Yeah.
So I was trying to walk next to you the whole time, so I don't know if you turned back early or what, but eventually we weren't walking together. I know that for sure.
I don't know what happened either.
Because eventually me and my friends we'd walk up one of the giant sand dunes, and then we just rolled down it. We weren't even going to try to walk downwards. We're just like, roll down the hill.
I didn't do that, so I think I was gone at that point.
Yeah, and the counselor's like, you can roll down the dunes if you want to, just be aware you'll get sand everywhere. All of us being like, we're so freaking tired, it's worth it.
Yeah.
So we all ran down the sand dunes, and one of the counselors took a picture of all of us rolling down the hill, and you can't see anything because we're just blurs.
Yeah.
Because all of us were like, and then we had to all walk back, and people were complaining. It was getting on my nerves because I don't like it when people complain, and I did something my mom made me not like, because she doesn't like it when we complain, so I just don't complain anymore. And they were all grumbling behind me, and I actually got so irritated I told them to more or less be quiet and stop complaining, because I was in pain too, so they shouldn't be able to complain. I wasn't complaining about it.
Keyword, more or less. Sounds like you said a little harsher.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
It's like, if I can't, if I'm not complaining, you don't have to. I understand that you're also with friends and you want to share, like, the complaints together, but I was just so tired of hearing that conversation, because I was already in so much pain, it was just making me angrier.
Yeah.
And so someone asked me how I was doing, I was like, oh, I'm doing good, and I'm doing good. I'm like, my feet hurt a bit, but other than that, I'm fine. They're like, oh, now you complain. I go, they asked me how I'm doing, I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
And then they were quiet again, and I was like, you just chose the wrong day to mess with me.
Yeah.
I'm definitely one of those people who, when they've reached a breaking point, can be pretty vicious.
Yes. Another thing I wanted to say is I think I may have fallen behind, because I remember there were people starting to come back the other way. Like, I was going forward and they were going back to, like, the start, and they were like, okay, it's time to turn around.
Yeah, I remember people saying that, but I think I continued walking more. That's what happened. You probably heard them turned around.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I just remember being upset because I wanted to see the water, and I didn't even get to see the water.
Yeah, because none of us, because we had, like, a time period on it. It wasn't like, all of us wait till you get to the water.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like
it was kind of bust because of that.
Yeah, it was just a dumb way that, like, teachers set it up, I feel like.
Yeah, and the way that they didn't have those warnings, like, ahead of time about the shoes and the water.
And, like, how much pain, like, we would have been in.
Yeah.
And if it had been better, there wouldn't be a video on the internet about us complaining about this trip we took in middle school, and we are now in our 20s.
Yes, I mean...
2021. Early 20s. Very early 20s.
Yeah, because, I mean, like, it was fun to some degree, but it was also, like, I just feel like the payoff was done, because, like, some of us only got, again, like, halfway there, and then we had to turn around with technically the reward, you know? That's the view and the scenery.
Right.
We didn't get to see that.
We didn't get the reward.
Yeah. Because I remember walking back, I was also walking alone. No one was walking with me. So I don't know what quite happened there either.
Yeah.
It seems like on the way back, somehow everyone got split up.
Yeah, I think that might have been what happened.
Yeah, because I remember walking with you some of the time. You're like, I'm sorry, I'm slowing you down. I'm like, it's fine. I remember that for some reason. That's when we were around the halfway part, and you were just like, why? When we both were the same, we were like, why?
Yeah, because, like, at that age, I was the least athletic, I feel like. And then in high school, because I was also a small child, so I didn't have a lot of muscles. And now, like, I can, like, do more, like, I would probably be able to hike a little bit better. Because we were all, like, 11, 12, 13... You know,
give me more of appreciation for people who live in the desert. They put up with a lot.
Yeah, yeah. And so, like, as a kid, I didn't have, like, a lot of muscle or, like, energy or whatever to go on this, 2 or 3 mile hike.
Especially since there are dunes going up and down in loose sand, which,
right.
Has no
Makes
traction.
It worse.
And that's probably why we were supposed to be wearing shoes, but we weren't.
Right. Like, now I could honestly walk a mile in 10 minutes, so 2 miles in 20 minutes, and I think then...
And it's like, if we had time to stop and actually rest...
Right, and we had shoes, and we had...
The water...
Yeah.
I think we could have made it, but they just didn't plan it well with a bunch of children.
Right. Because I remember in high school, I was trying to walk or run a mile. I actually walked it because I was so out of breath, because I have, like, something wrong with my lungs. I don't want to say asthma. Pretty sure it's asthma. But I don't have an inhaler because it's not so bad I need an inhaler. I have a lot of difficulty exercising. And I remember we were supposed to walk just a mile in gym. And it took me the whole period. And even then, I didn't finish it in the period. I still had half a lap left. And now, I could do it in 10 or 15 minutes.
And see, I remember on the other expansion, because I did do another video that I'm guessing has probably already released by now. Probably by the time this video is out,
Depends on what video it is.
I did one where I was walking on the side of the road. I'm pretty sure it's already been released, but I used to walk with my family, with my dad when I was younger, so I was actually pretty athletic as a child, and I walked miles already to, like, go to the grocery store, the library, stuff like that, because I had to walk those long distances because my dad didn't have a car. Mm-hmm. And could not drive. So, like, was it, and at that time of my life, I was still pretty fit when we went to those dunes, and I still couldn't do it. So I feel like it really was the teachers at that point.
Yeah.
Or at least the counselors, because it's like the counselors have done this even more than once, and it's like, so have the teachers, so it's like, somewhere did not plan this well enough. It's like, yes, we're children, yes, we were supposed to have higher stamina and energy, but obviously that's not enough.
Right. Wasn't enough for this hike.
Exactly. So it's like, I feel like this could have been better planned, because I felt like that was like the one disappointing thing on that trip.
Yeah.
Besides not having Cass in my bunk. Well, group team thing.
Yeah. Was this the...
This is the one where they split people into individual teams.
I don't remember
We could sign up for groups too, if I remember right. I can't remember if they split us up or if we signed up for groups.
I don't remember the groups.
I just remember you weren't part of my main group. So, like, I would see you on the bus, and when we ever did, like, giant group activities with everyone else, but individually when our group split off, we didn't. Because I had, like, Bree, some other girl.
I thought this was a day trip.
I think we stayed overnight there. But it was a day trip to the dunes.
Was this the one where,
It was the camp with the unpronounceable name.
Oh, this was a camp?
Yeah, it was a camp.
So, did we, like, have bunks?
Yes, we had bunks, and I think your bunk was close to mine, but we were in separate groups.
Okay. So, was this the one where, like, there was, like, that pole and there was archery?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that one, yeah.
Okay, I did not realize that was that camp.
Yeah, that's the one where we climbed the dunes.
I hated that camp so much. Because I have a horrible fear of heights.
And everything included heights.
So I didn't get to do anything.
Except for
then,
the archery thing.
right. And then one of the days I felt so bad because I have a lot of sensitivity to sun and heat that I had to sit down because I was nauseous, I was lightheaded, and then one of the teachers or counselors goes, Cassidy, you can't sit there by yourself. Like, even if you don't feel good, you have to help everyone else. And I'm like, I'm not even doing it. I shouldn't have to help.
Because there was also group activities we were supposed to do, like team building exercises they had us do for fun, which I did kind of enjoy. The one where it's like technically the alligator pit and the rope in the middle. That one was fun. We tied everyone's sweaters together. It was fun.
I ended up crying during those because I got so frustrated because I didn't know anyone.
Oh. Yeah, I at least had Bree in my group, and I think one other person I knew.
So I was alone. I wasn't good at communication, and the counselors were like getting frustrated with me, and they were kind of snapping at me because I wasn't doing anything, I didn't want to talk, I didn't have any ideas, and they were like, you must have ideas, tell us your ideas. I was like, I don't have any, I don't want to talk. And at one point I just walked away from the group and like went into the trees a little bit and just cried. One of the counselors, I think, found me, but I don't really remember anything after that.
Yeah, the one thing I remember about the counselors is that all of them really liked my name, because a lot of them had British accents at the least. I'm not sure if they
had British accents.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not sure if they're visiting and being camp counselors or if they moved here. I don't know the situation. I didn't ask.
Yeah. I remember all of the girls, like all of the popular pretty girls, fawned over this one guy with a British accent.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was sort of funny though, because I remember when the kids
dumb.
When the kids were like, "Can you do like an American accent?" And so when the girls realized in our group, it was like, "Wait, that's right. Since you're British, that means technically we're the ones who have the accent." And her mind was just blown. It was beautiful. I thought that was pretty cute actually, but let's see what else. Yeah, everyone liked my name because apparently the movie that my mom got my name from a movie, The Fifth Element. Apparently that's big in Britain because everyone's like, oh, like from that one movie. I was like, yeah, and all of them were like so happy and ecstatic. I was like, cool.
That's funny.
Because usually when I say Leland, they're like, oh, that's an interesting name. No one knows where it's from, but they knew. They were like,
that's funny.
So I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
So that's it for this one, I think.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else to add.
And I mean, I personally liked the camp counselors I hung out with, but I'm sorry your experience was so bad.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was straight up horrible.
I really like camping, and I usually can make the best of a bad situation.
I do not like camping.
I love camping. Nature, embrace me.
I don't like outside either. I don't like trees. I don't like bugs. Because like grass and trees and bugs are all just very itchy.
Trees are itchy?
Yeah.
Well, I guess if you're allergic.
You're allergic to grass, aren't you?
Yes, I am. Grass is very itchy, I know that.
Don't you remember that one time we were down there and you tried to like touch me with the trees and I like was walking away?
Yeah.
That's why, because it's itchy.
Are you allergic to trees?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I'm allergic to trees and grass.
I'm allergic to trees too, but they usually don't make me itchy. One time I walked underneath a pine tree and got a bunch of red bumps on the back of my neck from the pollen.
Yeah. I think
I'm more allergic to the pollen of trees than the tree itself.
I'm definitely allergic to the pollen, but it's just like the texture of the leaves.
It's probably the oil from the leaves rub off on your skin, and that's what makes you itchy.
Probably.
I'm not allergic to the oil, I'm allergic to their pollen, so.
Yeah. Alright, so.
After that fun fact.
We'll see you next time.
Like subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
We almost said that at the same time.
Yep,
but she backed off.
I did. So.
We'll see you back here. Hopefully for another conversation or skit or
the next video,
whatever you watch on this channel. Even if you don't see, then they wouldn't see this. They'll look like at the combo stuff. But oh well.
All right. Bye.
Bye.